I did an experiment. I set out to make 200 YouTube videos, and here we are 1.5 years later. And this YouTube landscape is pretty wild and fascinating. Getting into it is not so easy, or so I've heard before setting out to do this experiment. It took me 1 year and 120 videos, that's more than 50%, to obtain 1,000 subscribers. But now, 1.5 years later, my channel has grown to 32,000 and has over 17 million views. That's pretty cool if you ask me. Most of the growth came in such a short amount of time compared to the rest. Right here. Yoink! It's like it resembles this weird exponential curve that I may or may not have talked about in one of my previous videos. But this video, I want to document this experiment and go over lessons that I didn't expect to learn. Also, just a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking the video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Enjoy the video. Analytics don't matter at the start. YouTube looks at viewer watch history and other data to determine which videos are they most likely to watch. But at the start, YouTube doesn't know what your videos are about and what types of viewers like to watch the types of videos you're creating. So it tries showing them to a lot of different people. Once your channel grows, YouTube will use the data that it's gathered to recommend your videos to the types of people that watch your other videos or videos that are similar to yours. But at the start, YouTube doesn't have that data. That's why in the beginning, your channel analytics can be very misleading and sometimes disappointing to look at. For instance, until the YouTube algorithm finds the right audience for your first few videos, your click-through rate, CTR, might be very small. And that doesn't necessarily mean that your thumbnail is bad. I think not taking your analytics seriously at the very start is very important for your own mental health. Don't niche down if it'll make you quit. This is the most common advice for new YouTubers. Niche down. And yes, finding your niche at the start can be a faster way to grow because your audience will know exactly what you expect from you. However, over the long term, even the biggest creators on YouTube have pivoted their niche to something else. At the end of the day, the goal is for your audience to want to watch you because of you, not because of the thing that the video is about. The goal is to build a personal brand. Then no matter what you talk about in your videos, your core audience will stick around because they just want to hear from you. Look at how many types of different videos Ryan Higa, PewDiePie, KSI, Ali Abdaal and others have made over the years. Some are in completely different and unrelated niches. But there is a caveat. A caveat, not caviar. The key is not to make sharp 90-degree turns, but gentle swings when you're changing your niche. If you started off in the finance niche, don't turn to Minecraft speedruns. Change your niche to something that is at least somewhat related to your old niche. And if you want to change your niche into a completely unrelated topic, then it's just better to start a new channel. Expect it to take 10 times longer. The secret to overnight success is that there's no overnight success. When I first started my channel, I set a goal to upload one video every 3 days. I thought it was reasonable for this to happen in the first 1 to 2 months. But this happened 1 year and 3 months later. My expectations were off by a whole year. There's this thing called the Hofstadter's law that says a project will always take longer than you expect, even when you take this law into account. For example, it took 10 more years to build the Sydney Opera House than was originally intended, and it cost almost 100 million more than the first estimate of only 7 million. Growth on YouTube is exponential, just like that curve. That means you don't really see a lot of results early on, but things are slowly compounding as you work on your skills and upload more videos, until one day it all pays off. I took this advice from Ali Abdaal. He said, if you can publish at least one video per week for 2 years, I guarantee your life will change. Yoink and twist. Ideas are important, but you don't have to come up with them yourself. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have already tested ideas for you. You just have to find the ones that work. I learned this from Ludwig, a massively popular streamer and YouTuber with over 5 million views. He says, yoink and twist. Take an idea that worked for someone else and add your own twist to it. Look at other YouTube channels, see what recent videos were top performers for their channels, and add your own twist to them. Maybe combine 2 killer video ideas into one. This is the best advice, especially for new channels. And I wish I did this sooner. Copy what works. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. It takes the guesswork out of the equation. You know that the idea will work because it worked for someone else in the past, and you can focus on execution. Give more than you promise. Over-deliver. If you under-deliver, your audience will lose trust in you and your viewership will slowly decline over time. If not that, then it'll severely hinder the growth of your channel and slow down the compounding. Would you more likely be satisfied with a video that gave you more than it promised, or that disappointed you and gave you less? Exactly. Put as much value in your video as possible, even if you don't mention that value in the title or the thumbnail. Thumbnails and titles are more important than you think, even if you think they're very important. I knew the importance of having an intriguing thumbnail and a title that hooks viewers in when I was starting out, but I still underestimated it. If people don't click, they don't watch. Mr. Beast. It sounds so simple, but it's true. Coming back to the other point about yoinking and twisting video ideas to create your own, it also works with titles and thumbnails. But here are a few more things that you can do. 1. Come up with the title and the thumbnail before making the video. 2. If the video is underperforming, try changing up the title or the thumbnail. Change only one of them at first to make sure that you know which one was the culprit. 3. Make sure your title and your thumbnail can be understood by people who are outside of your niche. Simplify it. 4. Make sure your title and thumbnail appeal to the largest possible audience. Your grandma should be able to understand what the video is about. 5. Deliver on the promise in the title and the thumbnail immediately in your intro. People are always looking for a reason to quit watching your video. Don't give them that reason. Learn from people who have already done it. Learning from other big YouTubers will save you a lot of time. Instead of having to go through trial and error yourself, you can just shortcut your way to success by looking at what others are doing. Pick 5 creators that you would love to be like, and then go through their videos and look at what they're doing. How do they start the video? What clever words do they use to keep you watching? How do they title their video? What are the first 30 seconds about? Analyze everything. Even though it might seem hard and annoying to look at what other people are doing when you've got your own channel to worry about, it's still a lot faster to grow this way instead of trying and failing yourself. It's just going to take faster for you to grow if you do what already works. Normally, YouTubers, including myself, create videos based on feelings, but you really want to make decisions based on data and what did well in the past. Focus on videos that compound. At the start, you have to do everything yourself. All the marketing, the video editing, the writing, the speaking, etc. And if you're making videos that can't be watched 3 months, 2 years, or even 10 years later, you're running on a treadmill. As soon as you stop, your channel will turn gray and the growth will slowly decline. Gentlemen, what color were her shoes? Yep, don't scroll back. What color were her shoes? Alright, let's carry on. So focus on evergreen videos. Trending content is great for fast growth now, but sustainability on YouTube is also making things that can be watched now, 10 years back, or 20 years into the future. By focusing on videos that are relevant forever, you'll slowly but surely build up a library of content. Your videos by themselves will not bring explosive growth to your channel, but your overall library of content will. Focus on building that. Forget the short term. focus on the long term. Most YouTube channels don't become successful overnight. Most new channels focus on the short term, trying to get the views and make the YouTube money quick. Doing that will always lead you to making lower quality videos, which will result in your audience losing their trust and hindering the growth of your channel long term. Focus on making the best videos possible instead. Go the extra mile. Don't be afraid to sacrifice one more hour of editing to cut out that one mistake or fix the pacing of the video. In the long run, these things will add up and compound. Think of it like this: if extra 3 hours of editing can get you extra 100,000 views because you made the video so much better during those 3 hours, then each of those hours are worth at least $100 each. So just make better videos. Learn to edit well. Editing is so important, yet sometimes overlooked by beginners. Editing a video well can turn an average performing video into a 1 out of 10. But there's a lot to it. The pacing, the music, the sound effects, your voiceover, B-roll. I've made an entirely separate video about how to edit videos for YouTube, and I'll leave a link to it in the description. I also have my YouTube video course where I've put everything I know about making videos in Premiere Pro for YouTube and everything else I know about growing a YouTube channel from scratch. I'll link to it in the description as well. Shorts are easy views, but not quality views. I've been able to get a lot of views from shorts. I even made a free Skillshare course about how I'm doing it. However, they're not so great at growing your channel overall. Sure, the subscriber count increases, but views from shorts rarely transfer over to your long-form content. Even though on the surface it might feel that your channel is growing, the growth only comes as numbers on your subscriber count and doesn't translate to views that are important long-term. Shorts are a great way to get initial traction for your channel, maybe get your first 1,000 subscribers, but they're like junk food, tasty now but bad for you in the long term. The hardest part on YouTube is letting people know that you even exist. I first heard about this from Veritasium, who has a science education channel with more than 14 million subscribers. While making videos for your existing audience is great, think about how could you make videos that your core audience enjoys, but that can also attract more people like them. This usually involves covering broader topics, making your thumbnails and titles easier to understand for people outside of your niche, and most importantly, just making better videos. Search traffic and YouTube SEO can only get you so far. Search traffic is generally good and brings in consistent views over time. However, it's not going to get you so far. Most popular search terms like how to make money online or how to take a screenshot are so competitive that even the big creators struggle to rank their videos for them. Moreover, you will probably have to make hundreds of search targeted videos for only a few to rank number 1 in YouTube search results. What's a lot more powerful for channel growth are views from the algorithm, views from the YouTube homepage. These grow your channel the most. Viewers who search for something usually want to find a quick answer to their search query, and that's it. They don't tend to stick around and see what other videos you have on your channel. It's nice to sprinkle some search targeted videos and optimize them for SEO with something like vidIQ, link in the description, but other than that, you're better off focusing on optimizing your videos for the YouTube homepage. People want to care about you, not the thing you're making the video about. This took me way too long to realize. People are social creatures. They care about other people. They want to get to know you. Make videos that show your personality. Be yourself and you'll attract people just like you. By trying to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one. Showing no emotion or personality or not taking a stance in your videos is going to make them bland and just not interesting. The more of you put in your videos, the more you'll connect with your audience and the more your channel will grow. Good audio is 80% of the video. People will sit through bad video quality, but not bad audio quality. Learning how to make a clean voiceover, how to balance the sound of background music and sound effects, and which music to put in your videos is probably the most important skill to master at the start. YouTuber Dream is a master of this. His videos have such great music, and he spends a lot of time trying, searching, and fitting music to different parts of his videos. videos. If you want, there's a service called Epidemic Sound, and they have a very large library of popular songs that YouTubers use in their videos. I'll leave a link to it in the description. This is not sponsored. Having good audio in your videos will single-handedly take your video quality through the roof. If you like the way this voiceover sounds, I have a 37-minute course about that on SKILLSHARE. It'll teach you about how to make any amateur voiceover, even recorded on your built-in laptop microphone, just like this one, sound professional. Next up is the mere exposure effect. What is that? It's a psychological phenomenon by which people tend to develop a preference for things merely because they're familiar with them. That's part of the reason why creators like Moist Critical are able to get 3 million views on each video by uploading low-effort videos daily. He's just been doing it for so long that the mere exposure effect took over. So sometimes the answer to success on YouTube is to show up often and for a long time. Quantity over quality at the start, then quality over quantity. When learning to make videos for YouTube, it's more than likely that you'll be terrible at it in the beginning, just like me, just like everyone else. You have to pay off your ignorance debt. It's not enough to be as good as everyone else. You have to be better in order to outgrow them. And learning to make good videos that your audience enjoys takes a lot of trial and error. That's why at the start, it's best to upload as many videos as you can. It'll help you learn faster. Once you learn the ropes of YouTube, you can release the quantity pedal and press down on the quality pedal. First, you learn with quantity, then you apply what you learned by obsessing over quality. And if you want to learn how all these YouTubers make great videos, watch this video next, where I'll show you all these subtle editing tricks that they use to hook you in and keep you watching. And thanks for watching.